Dr.Dollz, SpookShow Gravy, and I wanted to start it off with something I made a couple of months ago. This is a Halloween folk art. I call it Halloween folk art, Motionette Folk Art, whatever you want to call it. What I've done is I've taken a couple of the Caddy Gophers here, and I've turned them into vampire type gophers, and kind of like the scene from what you would see of a attack gophers, but from Caddyshack. Okay, here's the sign. Here's a sign that you probably would recognize: no fighting, spitting, drinking, gambling, or bare feet, Bushwood Country Club. Yeah. And so I've got a couple of gophers here. This is all real wood that this is on a, all this is put on a skid that actually carried tombstones, for real. All the stuff that I use actually carried tombstones on them. I've got it covered with fake grass, and this is all real wood that I cut myself with the chainsaw. Everything is screwed into place with 4-inch screws, and then what I did was I put a little bit of sawdust into each hole to cover up the screw head, and then I put shellac on everything. Everything has been shellacked. Okay, got a hole in the skid here, put a fake hand coming out of the ground, a little bit of blood, golf club here, golf ball. I'm going to have multiple golf balls, which I have, but I didn't put it here for this situation. But I'm taking this to Comic-Con in May, and mostly to have people look at it, not to sell. If somebody really wants to buy it, they're going to have to fork over at least $250. I'm not giving it away because I don't care. Okay, I'm not going there to make money, but I do want people to see some of the stuff that I have and some of the stuff I've made, and this is one of the things I've made. This is I'm pretty proud of this, and yeah, I like it. Okay, so let's turn on a gopher. Sings fast motion here, doesn't it? Kind of like higher pitch. Okay, I didn't attach either one of these gophers down to the floor. I didn't think it was necessary. I had to attach all the wood, very securely. And all this was stapled down really securely. The golf club the hand is not glued into the bottom. I think I probably will beforehand. And the golf balls, I'm just going to throw a few on the grass when I actually place it for Comic-Con. But anyway, that's what I made, incorporating two Jimmy Caddyshack gophers into folk art. Yeah, folk art for Comic-Con. And I hope people like it. I like it. It was a pain to build. the wood here was a pain to build. And attaching it and making sure. I tried to glue a lot of it with heavy duty glue, hard as nails glue, but it just wasn't enough. I had to use screws. I had to go with the 4-inch screws, and these I had to drill out there's a screw right here and a screw right here. You can't tell because I countersunk the screws in. I had to. And then I covered them up with pieces of bark and then shellacked over it. So you can't tell, like here, and here, there's a screw. You can't tell. You can't tell at all. And this, I had to do the same thing, countersink, and then put a screw in. And of course, there's a screw underneath that golf ball as well to cover. But yeah, it after a little bit of pain in the butt, it did work out. And I would love to make more Motionette folk art, incorporate motionettes with the folk art, but this is something that was easy to figure out and to do subject matter wise, but most motionettes you really can't do something like this with. This is to scale. Basically, these things are to scale, and the situation is to scale. And a lot of times, Motionette, especially smaller ones like this, aren't to scale. So, the opportunity doesn't come up very often. But anyway, I just wanted to show everyone here one of my earlier tries at Motionette Halloween Folk Art. I like folk art, and I've just started making some myself, and this is one of my first tries, and it will be going to Comic-Con in May, and I hope people like it, and I hope you did too. Even though you can't see me, I'm right up here. All right, see you next time. Dr.Dollz and SpookShow Gravy.